Welcome to Destination Divergence, episode 69. This is the Winds of Change group. You are here to kill chaos. That is your mission. Last time, shortly after you had spoken with Captain Venet, you decided it was best to flee town, at least temporarily, until you could figure out the situation better. So you headed over to your airship, set some coordinates with Captain Venet and where to meet him, and headed out. After meeting there and assessing the situation a little bit better, you decided to head back into town. I believe it was mostly because Anka was still there. Was there a secondary reason? I think that was one of the larger points.
That was one of the larger ones, but I think we also just
It was our
decided
only
that-
lead anywhere, right?
Yeah.
We
right,
also wanted
didn't
to
want
just kind of
them-
see what went down too,
Yeah,
and how
that
bad
makes
it
sense.
was.
Thank you for reminding me. So you headed back there. There were a few options of perhaps traveling to Arenal for a port on Arenal itself, which Captain Venet was opposed to, but said he would do as a last resort, or the port of Darkat, which Nakareth was strongly opposed to, and is quite a long journey to the opposite side of Zendrik. So in the meantime, you headed back to Stormreach to get a better eye on the situation and to pick up Anka. Upon arriving, you noticed that it was quite different than you expected. There wasn't much flame. The docks themselves were on fire and all the ships were sunk. But the rest of the city didn't seem to be on fire. However, there were large rock structures sticking up out of the ground all over the place, forming natural walls, though perhaps not so natural. And spikes going through buildings and rubble everywhere. You took the airship to the northern side of the city instead of parking at the airship dock, which was near the fire, and set it down so that Faye could go in disguise with the rest of you trailing behind stealthily. Faye talked to some of the local inhabitants who went through this destruction, and they seemed terrified of everything. They seemed terrified of even leaving their current position. Faye continued onwards and met up with the traveler himself, who was just wandering the streets for some reason. The traveler filled in a few details that these effects you were noticing were a manifest zone. There we go. With Kaithri, the plane of chaos. That's why he was here. There's plenty of chaos around. He is the god of chaos, so where else could he be?
Very logical.
Indeed. Maybe a little too logical for a god of chaos, but he mentioned to Faye that if she really put her mind and imagination to it, she could influence the area around her. And she tried a few times, drawing smiley faces or trying to lower some of the peaks of rock around, but so far has been not as successful as she would hope. However, you did find that he spoke truth. You were making effects happen with your mind, even if they weren't the ones you intended. And so, I believe we left off with y'all continuing to head south towards the ship's cat in order to pick up Anka and figure out what to do from there. That is priority 1 at the moment. So I will get us to the Stormreach map, and then the floor shall be yours.
And I believe Clemens was staying with the ship, is that right?
I believe that's right. Yes.
Yep.
'Cause, Karik and Nakareth had ways to be stealthy and follow
Yes.
you behind, and you wanted somebody to guard the ship. All right. Let's just get this going, and the floor is now yours. Nakareth, Karik, and Faye, what are you up to?
Well, I think where we last left off was just me leaving the traveler building where I met with him, and I haven't even told everyone else about that yet, but I think given our plan, I am, I will fill in the group once we're able to safely reconvene. So I'm going to keep walking in the manner that I have been, just kind of not looking too purposeful, like walking here and there, looking concerned towards the ship's cat.
All right. Could I get perception checks from the three of you while you travel, please?
Starting off strong.
Not as strong as me.
I mean, I did roll a 5.
Karek, could I get a perception check from you, please? Thank you. All below 10. Unfortunate. Or 10 or below, rather. So the three of you are traveling along, stealthily, invisibly, or disguised. You're continuing your way towards the ship's cat. There's lots of broken down buildings here, the ancient structures of the giants that... Oh, no worries. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure you heard. The ancient structures of the giants that were here, that served as a foundation for the city, were already crumbling to begin with, and now this influx of chaos has caused them to be, well, even less well-maintained. Less well, thank you, Brain. All that said, there's a lot of strange structures around you. Nothing forms the proper patterns you'd expect. It can be very hard to spot things against such a chaotic backdrop. However, you do just catch a glimpse of something in Kareth. As you're walking far, far ahead of you, just over the street that you're walking along, something leaps across. And unfortunately, with that low roll, all you can tell is that something leapt across the gap. Seemed pretty large.
Oh boy. I'll ping Faye that Faye, I saw something jump over the gap up ahead. Look out. It looked pretty big.
In that case, I'm gonna keep moving, but I'm gonna start trying to move stealthily instead of just out in the middle of the street.
Alright. Can I get stealth checks from all three of you then, please?
I'm gonna be bad. Nope. Very good.
Do I have advantage for Boots of Elvenkind?
That's mostly for sound, right?
Yeah, you move silently, but it gives you advantage.
Yeah, it gives you advantage on stealth. Let me see. I don't know if I have those infused right now.
Oh, those might have been uninfused.
Let me see. Yeah, we do not have Boots of Elvenkind online right now. We have the Helm of Awareness online instead.
Alright. So, no Boots of Elvenkind then, unfortunately.
If we talked about it this morning, we could have switched it up in the morning, but...
Wait, I didn't get those from you, did I?
Oh, if you have your own, then never mind.
Yeah. I thought I did.
I can't remember either way. It would make sense, but I just don't remember when you would have gotten them. Do you have
Maybe I'm... Maybe I'm misremembering. I swear I had Boots of Elvenkind. I don't know where the
I
fuck
don't
they
even
went.
see them on your sheet anymore.
What the hell? Huh.
I do think you're right. I think you had them at one point, but I don't remember if they were an infusion or not. Let's go with no for now, but we'll revisit it if somebody remembers where you would have gotten them
Yeah.
otherwise. Because, yeah, I don't...
Yeah, I can't even find them on my old roll 20 sheet, so I don't know where the. Huh.
Yeah, I'm struggling to think as well. How far those would have come from.
Alright, and then I'm gonna spend a key point to use ambush, because I don't want to be found.
Okay, fair enough. You may do that. Can I get a stealth roll from you as well, Carrick, when you get a chance?
Oh, baby.
And were you invisible, Carrick? I forget. Oh, wow, that's a large stealth check.
Was.
Damn, son.
If you're invisible, you can have this at advantage. Yeah, I think you were trailing along invisibly. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, let me check my spell slots. If I...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you were invisible.
Yeah, my spell slots check out. I'm invisible.
All right, perfect. Yeah, it has not taken you very long to travel as far as you have, so it makes sense. All right, so the three of you are all pretty stealthy, especially with the situation. As I said, it is very hard to spot something with this backdrop. So you continue ahead, pressing on towards what you just saw, but trying to keep out of sight now. Travel on for another minute. Another minute. One more minute beyond that. You're making good progress, but you're slowed down by the stealth, unfortunately. You're having to pick your moments to move between pieces of rubble and carefully examine the path ahead of you. Well, also, those movements have to be quiet enough as well. It's not too much longer that you hear a scream ahead of you. It is the sound of an adult male screaming, terrified.
Carrick starts breaking out into a run.
All right. Towards the sound of the scream?
Yes.
All right. You're a little behind Faye at this point, but I mean you're very fast, so.
Yeah. Well, if we're breaking stealth, then I'll follow too.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, you would hear his footsteps run by.
I will start running as well, and I'll try to, in doing so, I'll try to keep still separated from the group just to preserve some semblance of.
That'll happen pretty naturally because the two others will overtake you and pass you at like triple your speed or something. Very very speedy lads.
Yeah. I have like. How much move speed do I even have right now? Fuck. Oh, 50 feet.
Carrick has magically enhanced speed. You have monk enhanced speed. It's just a lot. All right. So as you get closer, you can see that there is a house that has been constructed. It looks of fairly recent make compared to all of the giant ruins that are scattered around. However, it doesn't look, particularly nice right now because there is a massive hole in one of the upper floor walls of this place. On the second floor, to be specific. There's just 2 floors. And the scream appears to be coming from inside there, which has now turned to screams of pain.
Well, I'm gonna run up the wall and into the hole.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna be right up with him if I can.
All right. As you do, as you get to the edge of the floor, you notice a massive red figure standing over a man who is on the floor clutching at his chest with blood pooling around him. This figure is large and lizard-like with a massive jaw and huge claws on each hand. Brutish in stature. He looks at you immediately and kind of licks his lips and then begins running towards you. I would like everyone to roll for initiative, and Faye will be 60 feet away.
Combat!
Combat!
Oh.
All right. I don't have a map planned for this, unfortunately, so we're just going to theater of mind this, but I do have stats, so...
The enemy of Faye. It's a dex roll, right?
Yes. Oh, I can.
Oh yeah, you usually just do the thing.
I'll create an encounter, and then everybody should be able to click their initiative on their sheet to enter it. Should be able to, hopefully. If not, let me know, and I'll just keep track of initiative manually.
I'm hitting him and nothing's happening.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna throw your tokens on the map. You're just gonna be large.
Giganto Fae.
Exactly. And you know what? Then I'll be able to give you its tokens so you can at least see what it looks like as well. And it is large, so it is, twice your size. And I'm gonna put all of you in combat. And then we'll be able to roll for initiative. All right. We will be starting with Faye.
All right, red salad. Here we go. I'm going to. Well, what? Can I even see this motherfucker? Like, are they up in a room on the second floor of a building, and I'm on the?
They're in the room, the second floor of the building. Yes, they're in a room, but the entire wall on that floor has been knocked down. So you could probably see into it, especially when it comes up to the edge. But it's a little tricky right now. I'd say they have at least partial cover.
Okay.
When they get closer to the edge, it'll be less cover, though.
Well, I think this is fine. I'm just gonna move up, staying on the ground, my full 30 feet of movement, and I'm gonna cast haste on Nakareth.
All right. Yep. Easy enough. Since you started early, you are able to get within range and hit Nakareth with haste before the battle kicks off too much.
So I'm concentrating.
All right. Carrick, your turn.
So he started moving away from the old man, right?
Sorry, not an old man, but just an adult man. Probably looks middle-aged, but yeah, he's like on the ground, clutching at his like abdomen, and there's blood pooling on the ground. And he is now moving away from that target towards you.
How far is the adult from me?
About 10 feet or so. It's not a terribly large room.
Oh, okay. He's gonna try and see if he can make his way around the slot and make his way towards the guy.
All right. Can do. So you put yourself between the slot and the guy, quickly rotating around to flank it with Nakareth.
Yup, and then Carrick is going to pop a quick cure wounds on this guy.
All right. The man on the ground stops like shivering and clutching at his chest so much as the wounds are magically sealed, but he still seems absolutely traumatized. He's panting heavily.
Max healing, holy shit.
Oof. Yeah, no, you cured him right up. He didn't have much hit points to begin with. But...
Wow, I've never rolled that well for you guys. Or even myself. And then Carrick will get up and start facing the beast and start his blade song.
All right. So, Nakareth, if you stay on this side of the slot, you will be considered flanking it.
That's just a +1, right?
+2 now, yeah.
Oh, +2, shit. Nice.
Eventually it'll become a +3, but that's a few levels away.
Ooh, didn't know that. All right, then I will move 10 feet away from him. Make sure I'm not right next to the dude. Mm-hmm. And then pop my astral form.
Okay, so it's a dex save, right?
Yes. Dexterity saving throw.
That's a 13.
Pretty sure that's a fail.
Yeah, pretty sure. What's your wisdom? It's probably like
20.
Yeah, you have like like an 18 save now or something then?
8 plus what's our proficiency? Fuck. 5.
Yeah, 18 then.
So yeah. Damn, son. Okay.
We're getting some background noise from Carrick.
Wow. Wow, great damage.
How about that?
3 force damage.
All good. 3 force damage. Pog. Hell yeah.
Yep. And then I will take 3 attacks with the astral arms because I'm hasted. Ooh, actually, I'm gonna take 2 attacks and then the dodge action as a hasted action.
Can you dodge as a hasted action? I think you
Pretty
can.
sure.
I always forget exactly which ones are in there. I just want to double check. I think you're correct though. Attack, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object. There's no dodge.
Oh, fuck. Never mind. All right. 3 attacks then.
There you go. All out offense.
Where the fuck did Foundry go? Here.
Hit.
The extra 1d8 is from Empowered Arms or whatever the fuck it's called. I don't remember. But I get an extra d8 on the first hit. So 15 damage for the first one.
Makes sense.
21 to hit.
That's a hit.
Sweet. Oh, and I want to spend a key point for Distracting Strike to add another d8.
On this one, sure.
Yeah.
Get his ass.
Jesus Christ.
Bam! What does Distracting Strike do?
Next attack against him, I think it has to be by someone else as advantage.
Oh, okay, so you set him up for a combo. Cool.
Spend 1 spirity die to distract the creature, giving allies an opening. You add the spirity die to the attack's damage roll. Next attack roll against a target by an attacker other than you has advantage if the attack is made before the start of your next turn.
It's Guiding Bolt, the melee attack. Excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right. Unfortunately, the last one is a miss with a natural 1, but you seem to have beaten this thing up pretty good. It's a massive form, but your astral arms are very strong as you just say 1, 2, and then the third one goes over its head as it kind of reels out of the way, and you didn't expect it to like fall backwards that much from your 2 blows. But its jaw seems like dislocated now, and it's like kind of trying to snarl at you, but it's looking pretty hurt at this point.
Oh, that's good.
Because you did so much to it, Nakarth, it's gonna come after you.
That's fine, I think. Hopefully.
Alright, it is going to try to bite at you with its dislocated jaw that it does not care about. That's gonna be a 9. That's fitting for its poor jaw.
Womp.
That's gonna be a 9 for its next hit with its claws. And an 11 for the third hit as it misses you on all 3 of its hits. It cannot catch a break. It is just so dazed by your repeated strikes.
Wonderful.
That there's not much it can do. Faye, we're back to you.
All right. Hell yeah. I'm just gonna hit him with a firebolt.
There you go.
I'm just gonna keep it simple.
With advantage.
True.
Oh, nice.
That's a hit.
Damn, that's a piss poor advantage roll. 17 damage. Whew, whew.
All right. Now you did a spell which deals fire damage.
Mm-hmm.
So let me pull up the thing that I neglected to pull up before. There we go. Roll a d6 for me, please, Faye. All right. With the luck you have, you land back on fire as the bolt changes between multiple different elements mid-flight, and then upon impacting this creature, turns back to fire. Because of your feat for being extra good at fire damage, you bypassed its fire resistance. And do full damage. All right.
Oh. Magical. Then for my bonus action, I'm a spiritual weapon.
All right. We'll just assume it stays in range.
Yeah.
That's not a hit,
Garbage.
unfortunately.
Garbage.
Garbage.
And that's my turn.
Carrick.
All right, Carrick is gonna start taking some swings. Do I have a +2 from flanking?
You do.
Cool.
Whew. That's a
Jesus.
hit, all right.
Ah, damn.
All right. Some slashing damage. That is a hit with, yes. It already includes flanking? Yeah, that's a hit. A little more slashing damage.
And then one more attack with my bonus action.
All right. Very good.
How's he looking?
Pretty hurt. He was already looking pretty hurt when Nakarath hit him, but you could see just before you acted, some of his wounds started to close up on their own a little bit as the flesh is kind of molded back together, but you're reopening some of those wounds now.
He's healing. Let's get him.
Nakarath, you're up.
Woo. All right, let's beat the shit out of this bitch.
That's a hit.
20. And we're gonna make this a distracting strike.
All right.
Sorry, making sure I mark off those key points. 20 points of force damage. Another attack.
That's a hit.
Another 12 points of force damage.
How do you want to do this?
I think Nakara just takes 4 attacks and like punches a nice big bloody hole in his chest.
All right, just 4 attacks, so swift that the eye can't even tell them apart. The blows compounding to create a shockwave through the chest that just blows it open.
Hell yeah, hasted monks are scary.
Indeed. All right, so you're now out of combat.
Well, that was interesting.
Oh, thank you so much. How did you? You were all very strong. I cannot thank you enough.
You're welcome. Are you? Can I roll to see if I know anything about slots?
Roll me Arcana.
Oh boy.
May I also assist?
Oh.
Never mind.
Yes, Nakarath, you have seen these things before. You've seen specifically these things try to invade anywhere they can, and you've seen them in memories of your Corey before. And you know they're not good, and you should take an extra look at those who've been wounded by them. He may be infected with something. Something nasty.
Yes, here, sir, let me see your chest. I know my companion healed you, but
Of course, I mean there's still this tear in my shirt here.
Can I make a medicine check to find the thing?
Sure.
All right.
I'll let you make it an advantage since you not 20 to the Arcana check.
29.
All right. Yep. You kind of just extend out your psychic senses a little bit, aiding your medicine check here and trying to find exactly where this thing is. And yeah, you think it's you can pinpoint its location just below his rib cage.
Sweet. And then I with my astral arm still out, I'll just kind of sorry, this is going to hurt a little.
This is what I
It infected you with something.
how bad will it hurt?
There's something right under your rib cage that I'm going to have to pull out.
The man starts hyperventilating.
I'm sorry. Here, I'll find some leather for him to bite down on.
He bites down on it and just his eyes are wide now and he just nods at you a few times, panicked.
Relax. And then I want to reach in with a couple tendrils from my golden arms and try to remove the egg.
All right. Make me another medicine check.
Still at advantage?
Sure. I'll allow it. 29
Another
again.
49.
Almost a nat 20 both times.
I'm doing good tonight.
You are. So he
Yeah,
bites
right.
down and just as your tendrils dig into his flesh, and then you pull out just this tiny little pulsating, pale, the tinge of red egg. And he's now bleeding from his stomach.
I'm sorry.
He's like just staring at the thing you've got in your tendrils.
Yeah, and then I will just pop it like,
Okay,
you know,
it's
a
squish.
piece
Yeah.
of fucking caviar. And then I will pull out my medicine kit and start sewing him up.
All right, you do so. So you can expend one use of that and just tend to his wounds real quick. Since you rolled so high on the medicine check, you didn't leave too destructive of a wound, and it's not too bad to patch it up.
Wait, shit, I have herbalism.
Well, I mean, medicine kit is... Oh, you just don't have the kit in general?
I don't think so,
'Cause
technically.
it's not a proficiency, it's just a medicine proficiency, but yeah, you would need the kit.
Fuck.
Unless somebody wants to patch him up magically.
Would a cure wound suffice?
Yeah, that'll do it. Just to close the
Yeah.
wound, make him more
I was
comfortable.
just trying to save everyone's spell slots.
No worries. And he'll go over and give him a cure wounds.
Alright. Just,
At least I already
quick
saved a
cure
lesser
wounds will-
restoration.
Yep. We'll fix up the problem real quick. Oh. Whew. Thank you again. I assume that was so bad. The fact that you took it out so quickly means you just saved my life twice. So thank you.
Yes. It would have taken time to kill you, but it would have killed you.
Well, I assume I'll live much longer than that now, hopefully.
Hopefully. Do you know if there were any more of these around, or what's been going on?
That's the
generally?
first
I
one
mean,
I've seen up so close, but I mean, I've heard things running around on the rooftops, and I got unlucky. I was here. I started to get a bit bold with coming close to the edge of the hole here, so I could gather my things and pull them back into the house. I shouldn't have been so complacent. So yes, I believe there are more of them around, but I haven't seen them in all that much detail. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I assume
No,
that's what they
it's-
were. I hear lots of large thuds and these strange figures running around.
Oh boy. Well, thank you for that information.
Thank you for saving my life.
Better find some place to hide.
I'll do
Unless
that right now.
there's anything else. And I turn to Faye and Carrick. You wish to ask this man?
For reference, Faye is on the street and not.
Oh,
I contributed to the fight, but I'm otherwise keeping my distance.
I assumed that you would have been on the way out at this point.
Climbing the outside of the. He could have got into the door, I guess. Got to use the cat-like climbing skill.
What exactly happened here?
Are you pointing that at Nakareth to ask what was going on, or are you pointing that at the man to ask how he got
I'm
assaulted?
asking. Yeah, I'm asking the man.
Oh, well, I was gathering my things. I was hiding in the basement until just today. I was trying to come up here to gather all my things to bring them down with me so that I could be more comfortable. I assumed most of the danger had passed. That was foolish of me, clearly. And while I was gathering things up here in this room, it saw me through the hole in the wall and just leapt over across the way. And then, after I was almost fading out, you showed up and saved me.
I don't think that he would know anything about how this happened. So, yeah, you better
What do you
go.
mean earlier?
Oh, yes, this.
Oh, yeah, I was at home that evening. It wasn't much, it didn't seem much longer than after I had, laid in bed to rest. Hadn't yet fallen asleep, and then I just heard these explosions everywhere. They were, strange sounding. There was a rumbling, and everything went crazy after that. Everything was shaking for, it felt like hours. I don't really know how long, I'm sorry. And then, I tried to get myself to the basement as quickly as I could once the shaking stopped, and I heard these strange things walking around outside. I'm sorry, I can't offer much more than that. I've tried to stay in here as much as I can.
That's understandable. Well, I guess we better go figure out how these blasts actually happened, since those clearly weren't normal explosives.
Are you trying to fix this problem? Will I be able to come out eventually? Is this,
Well, we know one of the coin lords did this, and they attempted to recruit us into their scheme. I can't make any promises. This is a lot.
Of course, I'm just trying to figure things out. I don't know if I should... I can't last on the food I have here forever. I don't know if I should risk it and just try and escape and face the chances out there on my own versus starving to death here. But if you think there's hope that this will be solved eventually, then I'll remain.
Well, I give it a day or two before you set out.
Okay.
Probably.
Thank you. If those days pass, I'll take my chances in the wilderness. Even if I can never come back, I'll hopefully still be living.
Yeah, I believe we're all in about the same boat.
Well, thank you again, and good luck. I hope your efforts are fruitful.
You're welcome, and thank you. I wish you a safe travels.
Hopefully I won't need it.
Hopefully. Alright, and with that, I think Makarth will drop down back to street level.
Alright.
And like, well, let's watch out for more of those slod. And, don't get hit by their claws.
Do you just give the rest of the party a rundown on slots?
Oh,
Or would the rest of the party like to make Arcana checks to see if they already know?
I'll make my own Arcana check, yeah.
Alright, see if you are already aware of what a slot is. Alright. Carrick, you've heard of them once Nakarth mentions them, but you don't know a ton about them. But between Nakarth's 20 and Phase 24, you're able to piece together quite a bit of information here, so I'll just go over it again, just to make sure all the relevant information's out there. Slod are born of chaos, so they live in the plane of chaos, and their process of reproduction is rather destructive. They search out humanoids of any variety in order to lay an egg in them with their claws. The eggs are produced from the ends of their claws, which takes 3 months to gestate, and then it bursts out of the host's chest, killing them and forming a new slod. That slod is of a more powerful type, and then it will try to infect other people with a chaos disease, which will slowly transform them into even more powerful slod over time, and it kind of works up the chain that way.
I didn't realize they were basically xenomorphs, but that's rad. Cool. Cool.
Yep.
So they work based on parasites and diseases, and they need the flesh of others in order to reproduce. And that's Slod. And they are
Gross.
very chaotic entities. And they're here.
This place might be a little fucked.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Like, we should do our best to... I don't know if there's anyone else who would even be willing to try to stop this invasion, because if they breach this area in the rest of the world, then that's not a good time for anyone.
Being aware of this, I mean, down back in the ground, Faye's now even more anxious to find her way back to Anka and whoever else is at the inn, especially having heard from the traveler that people are there. So I'm gonna just kind of try to like wiggle around and signal towards the group that like, hey, let's fucking keep moving.
All right.
Roll for strange communicative wiggling.
Well, I mean, you have a psychic link to me.
Performance check. Oh yeah,
You
that's
can
right.
make, I mean, you can make a performance
No, I'm
check
doing
anyways
it.
if you want. Yeah.
I'm it's not good. It's real awkward.
Yeah, it's very. You're still like, despite you knowing that it's time to move, there's still part of you that's very deep stuck in stealth mode. So you're trying to like very discreetly, but also obviously give a signal, and it's just awkward. Trying to hide and show a signal at the same time, it just doesn't work, and your brain short circuits, and you just make some awkward motions, and that's that.
Just wait, where is it? It's that. Okay, was put in chat. Okay, so I'm just gonna start moving again, and hope they catch.
And hopefully, what? Sorry.
Hope they catch on and start following me.
Okay, yeah, you make your awkward motions, then just start walking
Yeah.
away. And...
Yeah,
Are you all moving at a stealthy pace still, or have you picked it up?
I picked it up,
Oh,
I'm
Face
not,
heading
like,
on ahead.
but
Alright, at a normal pace then.
steady clip. Yep.
alright, well then... I think I could almost keep up with you in stealth, technically.
Yeah, y'all probably can.
Yeah, at phase normal pace, actually,
You're 30, and mine would be 25.
I'll let both of you, if you are putting invisibility back up, Carrick, and Nakara is just monk shit. I'd let you both make stealth at disadvantage while traveling at a normal pace, since you're both naturally faster, and this would be more like half movement anyways.
I think I'll just go stealthy this time. No invisibility.
Okay, so yeah, just disadvantage then, so it won't cancel the invisibility. It won't cancel as normal, I mean. Yeah. Oof, unfortunate.
Big oop.
Oi.
Not bad.
16? Rolled a 4?
Yep, not bad at all. So unfortunately for Carrick, now that he's no longer invisible, it's not as much of an advantage keeping you hidden as there was before, and just unlucky out there. You'll step on something that looks solid and it'll crumble underneath your foot, and you'll slide like a foot, and send several rocks tumbling down. But at that point, Nakara kind of breaks away a little bit and tries to be stealthy off in another direction. But yeah, unfortunately, you're moving about as noisily as Faye is still. With Faye's not attempting to be stealthy at all, so. Nakara, you feel pretty well hidden now.
Ooh.
Alright, so you continue to make your way towards the inn. On your way, you still see many other buildings broken down or broken open, various states of broken, really. Walls torn down, split in half, and in a couple places you're able to make quicker progress than you thought, because instead of having to go all the way around a wall, you can just walk right through the section that collapsed. Even though you have to be a little more careful there, it's a lot quicker. And it's not long before you find yourself in the inn. Or near it, rather. But as you're walking in this direction, you start to hear more and more of these sounds you heard in your last combat. The growling and roaring of these xenomorphs, basically. These slod. There appear to be a higher concentration of them in the direction you're headed.
Oh boy.
Oh. And I only quicken the pace at this point. I'm not worried about stealth anymore.
Oh
All right.
boy.
So you're
Careful.
just running right ahead?
I mean, having heard them, I mean, I want to approach like looking for any that I can see on the perimeter, but
All right.
yeah, I guess if I'm looking at the inn,
So between
and
you and the inn is still one more major wall, but you can see a large crack has formed in it. So you could head towards that and try to just like peek through there if you want.
yes, let a boy peek.
So Faye runs up ahead, stops at the wall to peek around the edge. Can you give me a perception check, please?
Yes. Damn.
All right. Good rolls tonight. Except for the natural one, 2 rolls up, unfortunately. But for the most part, very good rolls tonight. You look around the edge of the wall at the inn, which is not terrifically large, the Sleeping Cat. One of the few buildings around here that seems to be more recently constructed and isn't a giant building, but it's its own building separated between the others. And you see several of these monstrosities surrounding it. A few standing on the roof trying to smash their way through it. There's some on the outside walls trying to like reach through windows that they've broken through, not caring about the glass that's embedded in their arm. Things like that. You also hear a more familiar sound. The sound of Anka fighting with everything she's got that you've seen in the arena. And you hear her battle cries and the loud thumps of her greatsword swinging through things and hitting the ground or walls around it. She's pushing through.
Am I hearing her from like her voice from coming inside the inn?
Coming from inside the inn.
Well,
All right. What, with this picture that I have in front of me, what is the smallest, like, concentration of slod that is near any entry point of the inn?
Smallest so like the fewest of them, the area with the least number of them.
Mm-hmm. So if there's like a window or something where there's only like one or two, like is there something like that?
Yeah, from your angle, you can see two sides of the inn. You can see a corner of it, and you can see part of the roof. And right now, you see four. You see one on, you see two on the roof, one on each of the sides in front of you there. You'd have to get a little closer if you wanted to see other angles in. You do know from having been in the ship's cat that the side from your angle to the right has a door, and that's like the main entrance. And then around the other side, there's like a back alley door that you went through before. There's quite a few windows on the first floor that could serve as an entry if you desperately needed. But...
All right. At this point, I'm realizing there is no need for my disguise. I'm not necessarily even going to take the time to drop it, but I'm just going to wave over and be like, not using sound because I'm close to the slide, but I'm just going to flag the party over to me.
All right.
all right.
Fortunately for Carrick, you're able to notice Carrick quite quickly and wave him over. You assume Nakarth is somewhere nearby, and he is able to notice you waving as well.
Plus, you can still talk to me.
Oh yeah, that's right. So
Sure.
I'm just to Nakarth then. Anka's in there. We need to pick the fight we want to fight and get in there and take out the sled. You take a look. What you're a better eye for this than me tactically. What entrance point should we target?
I think we should honestly just try to kill them all.
Okay.
Because these things are not good for this world at all.
Oh, I agree. Then I mean, let's just at least try to minimize the amount that we have to fight at once. Yeah, pick a choke point. Well,
You are at a crack in the wall. Just speaking of choke points.
That's fair.
Choke points.
I think I will be like, all right, well, I think I'm going to climb through this crack in the wall, and you can stay here, and maybe Carrot can come with me, but I will draw most of their attention.
Yeah, to be clear about the crack, just the description is more accurate. This is a giant wall, so it's massive. But part of it has just cracked as the two halves have moved away, and that has created at ground level a 20-foot gap you could walk through.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
So a rather large opening.
Yep. Yeah. So, if you want to haste me, that would be great. Again, but
yeah, if we've got this time right before you get started, yeah, I'll spend the points to just and holding a right until Nakarth is about to act, just so we don't waste any of the uptime. But yeah, I will precast haste.
All right, so I'll assume Nakarth takes off right as you cast haste on.
yeah, and right before he casts haste, I'll activate my arms and body again.
All right.
And I want to spend a key point to activate patient defense.
Clemens. Just gonna pop over to Clemens. for a moment.
Yes.
What have you been up to on the ship?
Honestly, I have no idea what I would be doing on the ship aside from just keeping watch.
All right, so you would just
Oh, I forgot
stay there for a bit,
Yes.
regardless. Okay, fair enough. I do apologize that this will be focusing on the other group for a
No
little
worries
time,
whatsoever.
but I'm sure they will come back at some point,
Hopefully, or they'll die.
or they'll all die.
The Clemens campaign.
Look,
You are all Clemens' shadows now. Those are your new characters.
yeah, Clemens gains 3 new shadows. There we go. All right. I'm gonna leave a Clemens token on the map just so Clemens can see things,
Thank you.
but otherwise, Clemens is not technically here. Unfortunate. All right. Here we are. I'm gonna have initiative rolled. Yep. And then do that. They're all surprised. And now let me get some better battle music going. No. No. It's one of these times. Let's do standard. That sounds good. Okay. That'll do. Nikareth, you are up. You've got the buffs active, you've got haste active.
Sweet, I have 100 feet of move speed.
It's a lot of move speed. Yeah, some of this rubble is
I
tall
can't
enough to
move
obstruct
that, can I?
vision, so if you yeah, you might not be able to move diagonal around that because it's a solid object. Yeah, any of the rubble that obstructs your vision is also large enough for you to not be able to walk through it. So. This one was supposed to be there.
Ah, okay, there's one.
Yep. Misplaced that one.
And I will run up to this fucker. And punch him at least 4 times, probably 5.
It's a good minimum.
We'll go. We'll start with 3, and then see where I land up. It's 15 hit.
That's a hit.
$14 to
All right.
another 15 to hit.
That's a hit.
10 damage.
All right.
27.
Certainly a hit.
I love being a blender. Another
Bonk,
7
bonk,
points of
bonk,
damage.
bonk. Yep.
And then for my bonus action, I'm going to dodge.
All right. Carrick.
All right, so I just saw Nakara just run straight down.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna start running.
Now I have a 21 AC and I have disadvantage to attack me.
Yup. Ain't no claws touching you.
I love monks.
Carrick is going to. He'll cast haste on himself.
All right.
And then bonus action Blade Song.
All right.
And then he'll have more movement, so he'll run over.
Yeah, you probably there you go. Yeah, that rebel won't let you move diagonally. Was the trick there, I think.
Yeah, and he'll just stand his ground. Actually, no, I have
One more action.
I have one more action. What can I do with this hasted action? He'll just see if he can hide behind this pillar.
All right.
And see if maybe he can surprise it on the next round by popping around the pillar.
Give me a stealth check.
Oof.
All right. Yeah, you run up to a pillar and just dive behind it. From fighting these things before, you don't think they're particularly intelligent, but still, with object permanence, you don't think there's many places you could be. So, unfortunately, a stealth check isn't going to cut it. You don't think, but you tried.
Yep, that's my turn.
All right. Faye.
All right. I'm moving into the arena. So just a point of confusion. I know I was peeking earlier, and I could definitely see some of these things.
Yes.
As the map is set up right now, I cannot see anybody. Is that a...
Yeah, that is just my error on, that's because this piece of rubble here, I was not taking into account, the one right below you.
Okay.
Which blocks quite a bit. But, so I'll just let you know, because you were able to see some things earlier by peeking out, there's one to the south by where Nakarth is.
Okay.
And you also saw one head out to the, like, you can see the bits of the inn building, right? It's like the northwest corner of the inn. There's one there.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna move over here, I guess. Okay, there's an angle. Great.
Yeah.
Last minute.
And as the fighting has begun, the two on the roof have hopped down to the ground level.
Okay. Then, for now, I'm just going to just be boring firebolt at the one by Nakarth.
All right.
I will. Should I do my attack roll or my d6 first?
Attack roll first. That's a hit.
Baby. Oh, hold on. So that's a 19. Use this in a while.
Aha. That is a 19.
Yeah. I'm gonna make that's a crit.
All right. Forcing the crit on the 19. Excellent. Go ahead and roll that d6.
Like a
Fire
hell yeah.
again. Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Oh! All right. Yeah, Faye, you get into position. You notice the one that's there by Nakarth, and using a little bit of extra magic in your focus, you will it to deal more damage, and it does. And on the way, you feel like your focus has helped you out even more because it ends up exactly the element you intended, which does as much damage as you possibly can.
Oh, I can smell what the Faye is cooking. All right, And cast a spiritual weapon as my bonus action.
All right, how far away can you put that?
Just about 60, so right at that fucker that I just targeted.
Like there-ish?
Let me see. That thing is in the way. Yep.
Right next to the car. Okay, cool.
All right, you've been failing horribly, spiritual weapon. Never mind.
Hey! That's a 19.
Yeah, I'm gonna let that one just sit as it is.
Yeah. All right.
All
Some
right,
extra damage on
apologies for
top.
damage, but get a little extra.
Good, good.
All right, and that's my turn.
All right. And that's the last one that is surprised. And you all hear from the outside Anka making some more attacks from the inside of the building.
Get him! Get his ass.
All right, she hits with all of it. Excellent.
Yeah, these guys seem to be meatballs.
Yeah, you hear her screaming, "Back, you bastards!" Just slicing, and you hear the scream of one of them in the backdrop. All right.
You love to see it.
So at this point, there's been lots of commotion. So the ones that were on the outsides have begun to take notice, and you hear lots of thumping on the other side of your pillar, Carrick, as a very large figure moves around on that side. And this one's going to make some attacks against Anka, who has cover, and because of that, misses the first one. Misses the second one. Ooh, and crits the last one.
Womp.
So she's going to have to make a saving throw. Which she does make. Alright. Excellent. That worked out. This one comes around the pillar, just looking. It happens to see you there, Carrick. Passive perception lets it notice you. And it's going to make some attacks. 22 to hit. This is the bite.
That will miss.
Alright. Claw attack. That's a 9. Claw attack. That's an 11. Alright. So, thanks to the bite comes out of nowhere as you are trying to hide a little bit, and you spring back into a battle position in time to defend against that with your haste, and then you easily avoid the other two claw attacks. This one's going to make some attacks against Nakarith, which are at disadvantage.
Hell yeah.
17.
Shit. Nope.
Didn't think so. 14. I'm rolling better at disadvantage than I am at normal. 19 at advantage. What? Oh, at disadvantage. What?
Nope.
Yep.
Thank you, haste.
Thank you. There you go. Haste wins out. It's just swatting at you, but it seems so slow to you because you're hasted that you just easily duck out of the way. No problem at all. And it is now your turn, Nakarth, speaking of.
All right, sweet. Let's beat the shit out of it.
Mm-hmm. That'll do it. That'll hit.
Whew.
Bam. That's a
30
hit. That 19 on the die.
Hell yeah. 13 damage.
It's barely holding on at this point. With all of your blows, it's dazed and confused and can barely even stand upright as you just batter on it. That's a hit.
Another knock.
So at this point, you do exactly to this one what you did to the last one. Just 4 blows to the chest, and it's gone. Or, well, I guess 3. You still have an action left, technically. Or bonus action, whichever one you would have used.
Sorry, I forgot I'm on push to talk. But yeah, I was should have been clear. Should have action and hasted action. And now I
bonus
will
action.
go find another victim.
All right. In which direction do you go?
I think I heard Clemens was having some issues, and he's around front.
Clemens is not
Clemens
here.
is not
right?
here.
Oh,
Clemens is an
sorry.
observer.
Clemens is here in
I'm
spirit.
stupid.
You did hear some. So you heard Carrick engaging somebody up front, and you also heard Anka shouting down below. So
Oh.
up to you.
I'll go help Anka. I'll make Faye happy.
Get him.
All right, you see this one reaching an arm through this window, like desperately trying to swipe at somebody inside.
Well, I will take 2 attacks and flurry of blows it.
All right.
Womp. That's a miss. Oh, wait, I can move, so I'm getting the +2.
Yeah, you have plenty of movement, so you could do that.
Yeah, so I'll do that.
That's
70
a hit.
I'll pump a key point into this to do an extra D8 and give Anka advantage on her next attack.
All right.
$13 points of damage.
Blam. All right. Anything else to Karth?
Nope, that's it.
Karth, there's a slot in front of you. It's just chilling.
Indeed. He goes, oh shit, you found me! And then he'll raise up his double-bladed scimitar and summon his Runes of War.
All right.
We'll do thunder damage. Sure. That might be something they...
Or will it be thunder damage?
Oh, hello. Yeah.
Or will it? Who knows? And then he'll use his action and bonus action to attack.
All right.
Or his hasted action and bonus action to attack.
Makes sense.
Oh wow, I was dumb. I don't know why I was expecting it to have a model.
Hit. All right. So a bit of thunder in there, right?
Yep.
I'll roll that real quick. That is actually acid.
Ooh.
So you swing the blade, crackling with thunder energy, and right as it hits, somehow you just acid sprays out of your blade instead.
Interesting.
That's a hit. All right, and probably still a little bit of So, this time it is thunder. Yes, perfect. It has changed the elements on something successfully once. Hell yeah. All right, so this time you strike with the other end of the scimitar, and it's thunder, as you expect. There's the loud eruption of sound that echoes along the blade and causes extra damage to the target.
And yeah, Carrick will stand his ground and fight the slug.
All right. Faye.
Okay. Moving. Can I get in between these two pillars, or do I need to like go around?
You should be able to, yeah.
Oh, geez. Sorry, one
If
sec.
it won't let you get through, I'll manually move you. Like, I would let you squeeze through that space if Founder doesn't.
Okay. Yeah, then I want to squeeze through that top part there. Nah. Oh wait, it's doing measurement. That's why. Okay. Yep. In. All right, there. Okay, there. I can see a bunch of them. Oh, this is a spicy thing I've wanted to do. I might as well do it. Targeting the one that is the middle one and the one next to Carrick. I'm gonna get some little, get my greens in my hand and do a twinned disintegrate. Been waiting to do it.
wow.
Against which two?
The bottom,
Yes.
bottom two.
Bottom two. Got you.
That's
Go
a
for
lot
it.
It's a lot of points. I think that's gonna be.
It's a lot of damage.
Oh wait, what's six? Sixth level I think is 9 points plus 6 is that's 15 sorcery points. Okay.
Big burst right here.
Yeah. Now I'm first DPS. Let's fucking go. All right. First. Oh, I guess it's their rolls. So I guess roll. I'll just put the cast in there. DC 19 dexterity.
All right. One failure. Two failures.
Oh, baby.
Full damage.
Log some numbers. 67.
67 force damage. All right. And all right.
Jesus Christ.
A lot of this. That's
Don't worry, one of two.
134 damage in an action. Excellent.
Oh, is it that? Is it that twice, or should I roll again for the second hit?
It's that twice. Yeah.
Okay.
So. Wow. Okay. So one of them is looking pretty hurt. Pretty darn hurt. Barely clinging to life as Disintegrate just tears through its upper torso and shoulder. It kind of ducks out of the way a little bit just in time, and some of the magic actually looks like it's bending around it, like it's like there's some natural magic like resistance there. But you were so on target with it, it didn't matter. It couldn't get out of the way in time, and so like its like entire arm is barely clinging onto the rest of its body now, and it is barely clinging to life itself. The other one also took a lot of damage, obviously, but is not quite in the same dire straits as that one. They're both very hurt though.
Red, bonus action, I will just recall my weapon as far as I can towards them. Which is 20 feet.
Yep.
Basic motherfucker. It's creeping its way. Creeping death.
All right.
It's my turn.
All right. This one, seeing that happen, it's going to move here. And then it is going to come down at Carrick because Carrick is the first one and it has an intelligence of 6. All right. Good old bite. That's a 23 to hit.
23 will miss.
All right. Coming back with the claws. 23. Miss. Other
Just
claws out.
barely.
8. Oof. So Carrick is just quickly parrying all the blows around him on both sides, untouched. Oh, actually, it would get flanking bonus, wouldn't it? So the 23s would become 23s would become 25s.
He will cast shield.
Okay, then they wouldn't. Then neither of them would hit anyway. So at least you pop shield. All right. More struggling and fighting from Anka, who is going to.
Guess one with advantage.
Thank you for the reminder. That's a hit. Blam. She's gonna do it again. Same roll. Less damage though. Blam, blam. She's making this thing very angry. You can see this thing is now looking pretty hurt, Nakarth.
Good.
Alright, this one here. Just got hurt quite a lot. And it is going to rush up here. There, and then it is going to take an action to dash. It's going to see that Karek is also is already being assailed by two of its people, so it is going to dash to here, and that's all it can do on a turn. But it is now engaged with you in melee, Faye. This one now has seen an easier target in that of Nakarth, one that is not protected by cover. And will attempt to. Did you take the dodge action? No, you took a
Nope.
an attack as a bonus action, right? So that is a critical hit to hit. This is the bite.
Bitch.
For wow. Okay. A whopping 8 crit damage.
Hallelujah.
That is impressive. There were 3 ones in that roll.
Hallelujah. The dice gods smile upon me tonight.
Indeed, and that is not even the attack that can do anything special to you, so. Miss, that's a 10. 16, that's a miss. He gets one
Hell
lucky
yeah.
bite, and as he spins around to snap at you quickly before you're completely on guard, but that's all he got in.
Yeah, fucked.
This one here is going to attempt to fight at Carrick. 25, which still does not hit because of shield, I believe.
Yep.
14 still does not hit. 15 still does not hit. You're just effortlessly defending against these targets. So, Nakarth, you're up.
Alright, time for machine gun fists.
Hit.
All
Alright. Oops. There you go.
28 to hit.
That's a hit.
Another 11.
Hit.
17. 12.
Hit.
And bonus action, only one more.
That's all you're gonna need.
Yeah, alright. Then, damn. Another 12?
Yep. Did one more point of damage than it had left. So you managed to finish this one off.
More machine gun.
Yeah, as it's trying to defend against
Fist.
both you, and it's trying to defend against you and attack you while also still like waving one arm back at Anka, trying to grab her. Yeah, you just like right under the armpit, just a bunch of blows to the rib cage until it can't even stand anymore. And after a loud crack, it falls to the ground. Karek.
All right. He looks around himself. And are either of them like more hurt than the other?
The lower one is barely clinging to life. The other one looks pretty healthy.
Gotcha. All right. First attack on the one below him.
That's a hit. All right, that is all it took for that one. At this point, that disintegrate really took out most of it. So you just quickly stab into the hole left behind by disintegrate and finish it off.
And then he's just gonna go and unload the rest of his attacks on the other slot.
Hit.
$13 on that one.
All right. Hits.
And then one last attack is my bonus action.
All right. All right. Okay. And those attacks end up dealing fire, acid, fire, and cold. Despite you invoking the power of thunder, there's a bit of an assortment of damage types there. Flashes of heat and cold and electricity, and it's just all over the place. Will that be it, Karak?
Yep.
Faye, you are being engaged by a slot who is
All right.
trying to get you.
I will not be got in this manner. Bonus action, Misty Step.
Alright.
Okay, and I think that's what, 30 feet. Papa. Yep, so I'm gonna move. Probably right about, because it doesn't look like Homie can fit between those, so I'm gonna go right there.
All right.
And and fucking fireball. How is this? Which one is this that's in front of me? Is he one of the ones that disintegrated?
Yes, and it is going to have a little bit of cover from the rubble that's not between you, but it's not going to be terrifying.
All right.
Not going to be a crazy obstacle.
Yeah,
Oof.
don't worry. Not worried about it.
Yeah, it's completely bypassing that cover.
Fucking get out of here. And then my D6.
Okay, so this actually became acid damage.
Acid.
Yep. So you prepare the spell, and like mid preparation of the spell, right before you unleash it, you teleport backwards, then release it upon landing. And then partway through the air, you aimed this really well. It wasn't expecting you to teleport before you shot it, but unfortunately, it changes to acid damage in midair, and doesn't seem to be quite as effective as you would have hoped. However, even with that, it's still enough to kill it, so it doesn't even matter. Okay. As it's prepared for the fire, and then it just splits into a big glob of acid that covers it, and it just begins to like melt away, and it ceases moving as the rest of it melts into the ground.
Hit him with the all accidental juice.
All right. The slot next to Carrick will begin attacking him again. That's a crit on the bite. It really loves to crit the bite, apparently.
Damn.
At least it's not the attack that has long-lasting effects. That is 15 piercing. And
Alright.
a miss on the claw. And a 24 on the claw.
Hey.
That will just hit.
Alright.
I will. Yeah, I'll use my last spell slot, or let my last first level spell slot to shield that.
Okay. So as you can see, this last claw, after you're surprised by the hit of the bite, this last claw is looping around to hit you, and you barely manage to fend it off with some magic before it makes contact with your skin. All right, no damage from that, and it is now Anka's turn, who will simply take her full movement and dive through one of the broken windows with an acrobatics check. Totally fine. And use the rest of her speed to engage it. And then that's that. I was trying to remember if the fighter sidekick got action surge, but I don't think they do. Nope, unfortunately not. So that is all she gets. Garth. You still hear commotion up north.
Okay. Well, this window that Anka just cleared, I will climb through and follow suit.
Alright, I'll say because monk stuff, no need to even make a check. You can get through that window easily. You can run on walls, no reason a window would stop you. Oh,
No,
right, I have to move you through because it's actually a wall still. There you go. But like 60 feet, you want to
15.
end up like here, right? I believe you measured 60.
Yep, and then I still have enough to... I think I have enough to flank.
It'll be... Yeah, you'll have to basically run along that crag on the ground, but you can do that because you're a monk. In order to get there. Kind of run up the surface a bit and then around it to get to the other side.
Yeah, I just jump off the wall and come out of fucking nowhere with a steel chair.
Perfect.
My god, it's Nakarth's music.
That's a hit. Bam.
15 damage.
Mm-hmm.
18.
Hit.
Another 8.
Hit.
Another 9.
It is not looking healthy.
And then I'm gonna take one more as a bonus action.
Hit.
Another 10.
All right. It's barely clinging. Carrick, you're up.
Alright, let's finish him off.
Hit. All right. With a crack of lightning damage, how do you want to do this?
Which way is he facing right now, Nakarth or me?
Probably would be facing Nakarth because Nakarth just jumped over his head.
Cool. So he just kind of wants to, with like almost like a spinning, like a saw blade, and just like slice him open down the back.
All right, excellent. The good old dual blades saucepan attack. Perfect. Yep, you tear right into its flesh, and after that, there's nothing left for it. It ceases moving. It lays down on the ground and just begins to bleed out. And we are now out of combat. All right. Oh, there we go. You may now move and act as you will.
Well, that went surprisingly well. Are you okay, Anka? Did you get attacked by the hit by their claw?
I was able to stay inside for most of it. I defended myself with the walls. I gathered the people of the tavern upstairs, and I made it my duty to make sure none entered the building. So no, I was fortunate enough to escape many wounds. One of them did bite me. She kind of just points to a bit of the armor that's gotten buckled inwards a little bit, and there's kind of blood seeping from it. But I've dealt with worse.
The bite is nothing to worry about, thankfully.
Is there something else to worry about?
Oh, yes, these creatures are called Slod. They live on the plane of chaos, and they reproduce by implanting an egg in their victims with their claws. And after a gestation period, it will burst out of your chest as a new Slod.
I'm glad none of them bit me with their claws.
Yes, you can cure the disease, but it's, better not to get hit.
Anka turns around towards Faye and gets down on one knee and bows her head and said, I have done my duty defending your place of rest, Avatar. Oh, sorry, Felicia.
I'm gonna kneel down with her and just put my hands on her shoulders and say, Anka, I'm so sorry. You did great. We're here now, and we're gonna get out of this. I'm so sorry that we weren't there.
Well,
yeah, and I just kind of pat her shoulder and say, and just kind of shake my head and then get back up.
Seems to appreciate the pat.
Good pats. All right, you said the villagers are upstairs in the tavern?
Yes, I gathered anyone who would listen to just get away from the windows and doors. These things seem to like to reach through them, so I was standing near the windows, and whenever they would reach through, I'd stab at them with a sword. But,
Great technique. Do you feel that there's any chance that any of them could have been contacted by the Slod, or did you have them safe well before they attacked?
A lot of them showed up late, so I can't vouch for their entire time since the incident, but I believe I've defended this place fairly well. We might have to check on them, though.
First things first, let's do that. The nightmare of another one of them being birthed would be more than we can handle, especially since they seem to upgrade in their gestational state. So let's all just run inside, go up to the group, and just do a inspection of them, check their wounds.
All right.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Let's see. Anyone who would like to inspect wounds can give me a medicine check. Anyone who would like to ask questions of them can give me a persuasion check.
Ooh, well, I'm better at plus 10 too.
May I interest you in a fate point?
I am equally bad at both, so
I'm gonna do persuasion. I have plus 10. Y'all. Now, can I also do medicine, or am I forced to do one or the other?
You could do both. I'll say. That's fine.
I'll flash that to give it at least an 11.
Okay, an 11 persuasion,
That's
an 18
nice, yeah.
persuasion, 17 medicine, and 11 medicine. Alright. So you go through the townsfolk, trying to find any of them that may have been infected or wounded in one way or another. You start with the wounds. You just try to see who here is wounded or got wounded. You go through people, and a lot of them are pretty terrified right now and not super responsive to a lot of your questions. But through some gentle coaxing and reassurance that you're here to help, that you've dealt with the immediate threat, they begin to open up to you and about their terrifying experiences over the last day. And you do find a few of them that have sustained wounds that they have stitched up and just used basic first aid on to stop the bleeding, things of that nature. But no one's in any serious condition. So then you start inspecting the wounds and asking questions. Were they bites? Did you get hit with the claws? And you find 3 of them were hit with the claws. An elderly man, a young woman, and just another similarly aged man to the last one you encountered.
Oh dear.
Do we know what procedure needs to be done on them?
Well, if you can cure a disease, that will take care of it, but otherwise I could try doing what I did last time.
I think I can help some of these people as well.
Do you have a non-invasive way to help?
I don't think I do. I don't think I heard
I do.
okay.
I'm asking Karak, yeah.
It's you said if it counts as a disease.
It does.
Yeah, I have a pretty easy way to do it.
All right.
Okay. Fantastic.
How many are there?
3.
Yeah, I can do all of them.
I do have a question though. Do you explain what's going on?
Well, this is a private conversation right now. we have.
Should we just tell them that, like, hey, it's just a little bit of poison that might make them sick. I'm just gonna cure it real quick. Nothing to be worried about.
I think we'll keep the fact that it's slot reproduction a secret.
I fully agree that we need to withhold that detail.
All right.
And I will be the one portraying this this procedural information so that I can lie to them.
Give me a deception check. You sound pretty convincing to even yourself. This isn't a big deal. Just a simple spell. To cure a problem that we can definitely cure. So yeah.
I look at Garrick.
Yep.
Say, definitely, right? Is it definitely?
Yeah.
All right. So
unless there's any crazy shit going on here.
So Carrot, would you like to expend those spell slots?
Yeah, he will cast Lesser Restoration 3 times.
All right. Go to each one. You perform the simple arcane sigils and recite the words that produce the effect of the spell. And none of them seem to feel any different. They're like, really, was that it? Was I supposed to feel it? They seem very confused, but regardless, you know how the spell works, and it seems to have taken effect. You didn't notice anything going wrong with the casting of the spell?
I think we could expect that. That's a very slow-acting disease that you might not feel different now, but you would have in a month or so.
All right, the group was very very thankful for your help, of course. The 3 people especially and their families that are with them are very grateful. And they all ask the same question that you had asked before, or that the man in the house had asked before. Are you here to save them? Are you here to solve the situation? Are you here is it safe for them to leave? Things of that nature. Sort of looking for hope, looking for a plan, looking for a way out. Because up until this moment, they thought they were completely screwed.
I'll ping Faye and be like, so is this where we tell them that we're gonna do our best and they should hold out hope for a couple days? Faye?
And now I am back from the bathroom, as I said.
Oh, shit.
Don't worry, I heard you from far away. This is where we tell them that we are here. I mean, we are here to fix the problem. We don't know how, but we are here to do it. So to hold out, hold up in here, be safe at all costs. Do not, shelter in place, because the chaos beasts out there are sure death. So no, stay safe in here. And I think that, Anka has done a tremendous job of protection duty so far, and the current horde has been taken care of. So I think we can draw as little attention to this place as possible, and we can keep talking about plans, but maybe we have Anka stay here to defend for now, and we come back when we can.
Anka nods at this.
Yeah, now that we know that she's safe, that was my concern.
Yeah, I can handle more of these. As long as they don't come in too many numbers, I can at least keep them from entering. This building is relatively strong.
Okay. Good. And maybe before we head out, we can see about, fortifying with any scraps laying around, but...
I do have a question, though.
Yes.
Perhaps better to say when I fail, and somebody does get hurt, what can we do about it? What should we do about it?
If they get clawed?
Yes. If myself or one of these people do.
You should be patient, because it's a slow-acting disease. So it shouldn't... You will have time to get back, and if we fail, we'll probably all die anyway.
A matter of days, then? Weeks?
Months.
Months. Okay. Well, I will keep everyone as safe as I can here, then.
Thank you.
Bianca.
Of course. All right. Any other business here in the inn?
Before, when I was given the animated shield, neither Clemens nor Nakarth wanted it, right?
I don't think
Clemens didn't want
Yeah, I
it.
believe you ended up with it. Yeah.
Okay. I believe there was a question of if Anka could have it. So Carrick is going to go up to Anka and go and say, I don't seem to really need this. Would you like this shield that your avatar gave to me?
She looks up at Faye, hardly even... She heard the question from Carrick, but as soon as Faye was mentioned, she looked for Faye's approval instead.
Well, I just give the warmest smile you've ever seen and a nod, like that guy, the mountain man in the GIF, who's just nodding. You know that one? I hope someone knows what I'm talking about.
I do.
Anka gets down on the floor, like in a groveling position before you, and says, I greatly appreciate this gift. Thank you very much.
Oh, don't mention it, seriously. It's nothing.
And she'll take the shield and just kind of slap it on her back where it'll clip in place. I will be an even better defender with this with me. and my spirit will not waver, knowing that it once belonged to Felicia.
It will serve you well, my child.
I know it will. All right. I would like to pop back to Clemens for a bit. I do, again,
Yes.
apologize for the
No worries.
long period of time without much Clemens action in it. However, Clemens is
I
now
will grant
in
you clemency.
Excellent, thank you. Clemens is in a unique position right now. Clemens is on an airship, which is one of the highest points around at the moment. There's lots of giant buildings around, but lots of them have crumbled, and you haven't seen anybody walking around. You've had a lot of time to look around up here, and you haven't seen anybody like walking around on rooftops or anything, except for, you know, the creatures very far off in the distance. You occasionally see the flashes of movement. You can see out over the city and into the water a familiar sight to you, Clemens, something that you know very well. There's a storm brewing on the horizon, and it's headed this way.
Well, that's not amazing,
And
given these are very lightningy seas.
Indeed. Can you give me a perception check as well? See how much you can notice about this. Woof, all right.
I've been doing nothing but looking at things for
Hours at this point. yeah.
hours.
Yo, the
What's your
rolls.
half elven? I see. Half elven? I think. I can't remember.
I think I'm human.
No shit.
Either way, Clemens knows the sea, Clemens knows storms, and that's what she's looking at right now. What you notice is right under where the storm is brewing, the ocean seems upset too. It's almost like it's churning, but also swelling, like something very large is very, very slowly coming up. Like over the course of the hours, it's maybe risen, not by a little bit,
No.
but enough that with a natural 20 and a +5, you notice there's a storm and the ocean itself. Something nasty's happening out there.
Yo.
Let's head this way.
Don't you fucking dare say there's a kraken out there.
So she assumes that it is a sea monster. She looks around and sees that, yes, there happens to be no crew on this ship. She checks and makes sure that she is not, in fact, part of the bloodline that can pilot this ship.
Yep. put
She
your hand on the
remembers
wheel
that she
and
is not.
You don't feel anything.
And it... So, Well, a captain always goes down with the ship, so she's just gonna stay where she is.
All right. So you can see something bad is happening. There's not just a bad omen, but some terrible force brewing on the horizon, while the rest of your party is in the midst of the city fighting off a horde of Slod. Got your work cut out for you. And that's where we'll leave off for tonight, and we'll pick up from there next time.
Lovely.
Machi.
Thank you all for playing.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Good
You
night.
too.
Night. Thanks for running.
Thank
Night,
you.
guys. Great